Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, for teaching this truth according to the Bible. And today is going to be super quick. All right, just came across this short. Okay, and I seen another brother that did a video on this. So I'm going to just, kind of land back off that. All right, it's pretty straightforward to the point. Okay, Esau has now declared that they're no longer going to be allowing men to wear beards in the military. I believe as it currently stands, you are allowed to have a beard, a full face beard in the military, okay, as it is right now. Okay, and I believe you have to have a specific medical or some sort of permissions, okay, some sort of well, he used the word for it. I forget what it was, but you got to have some sort of permission to have a beard in the military. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because obviously this is targeted at Jake. All right, because Jake, all right, one thing about the Israelite men is we grow beards. Okay, we grow beards, and some brothers got full beards, some brothers got patchy beards. But the point is, we grow beards, and our beards are very curly. They tend to be very curly. And the reason why, it's in our law that we're not supposed to shave our beards. Now, apparently, the United States of America is supposed to be a Christian nation, all right? But your military is going off of a pagan, ritualistic ideology, okay? Now, let me hit this verse real quick. This will be a real fast video, all right? Don't have to be long. Just want to comment on this video. All right, Leviticus 21:5. All right, this is the law right here. What does it say? It says, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. Okay, so that's the law. We're not supposed to cut our beards. We're not supposed to line our beards up. Okay, and doing so goes completely against the scriptures. All right, but we know that Esau Edom is going to go against the scriptures every single chance that he can get. Okay, and to make Jake go off, and a brother made a video on this saying that this might be the opportunity for Jake to get out of the military. So for all you, the way he said it was, you Cornelius brothers, okay, the Israelites, okay, who believe in this truth, who happen to be in the military, I suggest you find your way out soon, because World War III is going to kick off, and you will be sent over to fight a war, okay, on behalf of Esau and his military. All right, and if you're lucky enough to make it through the first wave of violence and killing, all right, to see Yahweh Shai return, you're going to be made to fight against Yahweh Shai. All right, so there is no Israelite that has any business, okay, in Esau's military. If you're a brother in the military, find your way out. And this, the brother said that this might be your way out, okay? When it comes to Esau's law, okay, Esau's rules and the way he wants to run things versus what the word of the Heavenly Father Yahweh says, okay, the Lord is straightforward. We're not to cut our beards. All right. Now let's watch this short real quick. It's real fast.
And that's why today at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession. I sincerely appreciate the proactive effort.
See, now Esau is getting his military ready. See, for a long time, Esau has been kind of lax with who he lets in the military. They got a bunch of trannies in there. They got a bunch of moes. They got a bunch of women, okay, and a bunch of guys that are out of shape. But since Esau knows that they're getting ready to suit up for war, okay, he needs actual warriors, okay. None of this PC bullshit, like he said. But the point is the point about shaving off your beard, that's actually wicked. Okay, that's actually against the laws of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so Jake, if you're in the military, go ahead and find a new profession, like you said, because you know you're gonna have to make a decision. All right, you're either gonna continue on in Esau's military and get sent off to war to fight against Yahweh Shai, or you're gonna leave the military and rely on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to guide you through Jacob's trouble here in the United States. All right, so let's just listen to this one more time, and I'll get one more verse.
Direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession.
Now I agree with him, as far as him saying, if you're not in shape, you can't meet the male combat standards. Okay, you can't meet you can't pass a PT test, physical training test. All right, if you're not capable of doing that, all right, you have no business being in the military in any combat position. All right, you women that are in the military, you have no business being in the military. Period. Okay. See, World War III is going to kick off, and a lot of these women in this military are going to, find their way out. Okay, they're going to find a way to get out of the military because all that talking, all right, all that bullshit about you're independent, you can do anything a man can do, women can be in combat too. All that is about to be silenced. Okay, it's all going to be real quiet crickets out here once the missiles start flying and the guns start getting shot off. All right, and the tanks start rolling. You women are going to find a way to get out of that military. All right, and a lot of you women, it's going to be you know your judgment to go off to war and get destroyed. All right, fighting against men. Okay, warriors. But as far as the beards go, Jake, you got to find a way out of this military, man, because you know Esau is the devil, and it's time to separate. Isaiah 3 and Isaiah 3 and 12 says, "As for my people who are the Israelites, children are their oppressors. Yet Esau acts like a child, and as a matter of fact, having a clean shaven face, okay, that's the mark of a child or adolescent. See, the reason why men were pride in their took pride in their beards, especially in the ancient world, okay, we took pride in our beards is because that's the mark of a mature man. All right, having hair on your face is a mark of a man. All right, shaving your face clean and having a smooth baby face like a fucking woman or a little boy, okay, that's what Esau likes to do. But real men, okay, according to the scriptures, you have a beard on your face. Okay. And some brothers can't grow beards, some more than others, and some got full bushy beards. But guess what? The point is we don't purposefully shave our own hair off of our face. That's not manly. That's emasculating. Okay. Esau, he likes to emasculate himself and his subjects. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why it's required that you have a shaven face in the military. Okay, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors; women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths." Yeah, you're gonna follow this man into war, and he's gonna cause you to err, and you're gonna be going off again. Once again, just another thing to add on, okay, to the Israelites going off, shaving your beards in the military. You're going off being in Esau's military anyway, but now you're going to shave your face, okay? And the Lord's going to destroy you, all right? O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths, okay? So, yeah, you can't be following this dude into combat. You can't be following this dude into the military because he's going to cause you to err. All right, because this is going to be the end. If you're in the military, I'm telling you, this is what your end is going to be. Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So Esau's military and NATO, They're going to have their fighter jets and their helicopters and their technology that we don't know about up in the sky fighting against these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel, okay, at the return of Yahweh Shai. And the military of the United States is going to be fighting against the chariots. All right. And if you find yourself in this battle, you're going to be destroyed. All right. So, simple enough, real short video today, not too long, but we'll listen to this one more time and then we'll close out.
And that's why today at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession. I sincerely appreciate the proactive efforts the secretaries have already taken in some of those areas, service secretaries. And these directives are intended to simply accelerate those efforts. On the topic of standards, allow me a few words to talk about toxic leaders. Upholding and demanding high standards is not toxic. Enforcing high standards.
Well, that's all I have today. So, Shalom, Jake. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching this truth according to the Bible. Shalom, and the Bible.